I want everyone to take a second and imagine getting followed throughout a store, whether it be Target or Walmart or just any really store at all. You probably feel pretty uncomfortable, right? Yeah. Well, for Jose, this is a normal thing that happens. And whether it's the color of his skin or his charming good looks, no one should have to worry about this. Being a first-generation Mexican-American, Jose is exposed to his traditional Mexican roots, but at the same time he's influenced by new American values. And growing up where two cultures collide can sometimes be challenging. While interviewing Jose, I discovered interesting facts and characteristics, and I realized that me and him aren't too different. I'm going to start by exploring Jose's Mexican background, then I'll go in to discuss how being an American has influenced his Mexican culture, and then I'll wrap it all up by talking about his life as a Mexican American. All right, so Jose's family, they grew up in Romita, Mexico. It's kind of in the middle of Mexico, and they grew up together. They went to grade school together. They pretty much knew each other since a very young age. And when they were old enough, they decided to move to King City, California, where so they could start a family. And that's where Jose was born. And in his household in King City, you could typically find paintings or paintings of the Romita landscape, or even religious paintings like the Virgin Mary or Jesus. And I just want to take a second to talk about the Virgin Mary. And it means a lot to Jose. He values his Catholic religion very much, and so does his family. He even was telling me how if he decided not to believe in God anymore, his family would literally disown him. And I thought that was pretty interesting. It's not the same for me. And in his home, you can also find his family playing traditional Mexican music. And if you make your way to the kitchen, you can find his mom probably making some tortas, some chalupas, and Jose's favorite is carne asada. I'm going to start to talk about the traditional holidays for Jose's Mexican-American background. I'll first talk about Easter and Christmas. It's probably the most important to him since religion plays such a big role in his life, like I said earlier. And as you can see there, it's cross and Virgin Mary. And then we have here, this is a traditional painting of, supposed to represent the Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead. And this is a day where his family honors past loved ones. So Jose would usually just set up a candle and leave out some food and candy, and he would sit there for the night and just feel like spirits around him, like just feeding off of the food, and just he'd feel like warmth inside of him. Now I'm gonna start to talk about his American influences. One American influence that we're talking about earlier this semester and was mentioned a few times is the individuality. And what this means is just overarching, like his overarching goal is mainly just wants to benefit himself, not like a community as a whole. And then I want to talk about the language barriers. So since Jose grew up with Spanish as his first language, he had some trouble learning English, but as he went to school and as he got older, he slowly learned it, and he becomes a useful tool for his parents who can't speak English. So he just he's like a translator at times, and he really just helps them out. Now I'm gonna move on to our last point, which is life as a Mexican American. So growing up, Jose was born in King City. Then he moved to Davis when he was older, where he resides now. And he was telling me how it was a really diverse community, and he never really realized the discrimination that was against him until he got older. And he was usually found playing sports, football, soccer, track and field, and hanging out with his friends. Yeah, my next point is discrimination. So a few stereotypes about being Mexican American is that they're not hardworking, or they're lazy, or even dirty. But you can obviously see that Jose disproves those stereotypes. And I hope that by analyzing Jose's American influences on his Mexican culture, we can get a better understanding of what life was like in Jose's shoes.